Konami seems to have quietly started a new tradition in eFootball, where every new year they surprise players with a special gift. At the beginning of this year, we were given phenomenal pass Zaire Emery, bullet header Darwin Nunez, and phenomenal finishing Endrick. 3 cards that completely changed people's squads for months. And now, for 2026, Konami decided to make things even more interesting by letting us choose from a specific short list of players who we want to see as Showtime cards. Personally, I couldn't even decide at first. There were many names going around, but the person I genuinely wanted to see was Nico Waltemade from Newcastle, because I knew he would come with bullet header, and the way he's been playing this season, he would have been an absolute beast. But obviously the community voted, and most people kept repeating the same 3 names over and over again. Dean Huijsen, Marcus Rashford, and Kevin De Bruyne. All 3 of them are from this season, and if you've been keeping up with real football, you already know they've been performing at a very high level. Now, the aim of this video isn't to force you to pick anybody, because I've always said people should choose players that genuinely fit their squads. My job here is simply to point out their pros, their cons, and make you think carefully about whether they're actually worth a spot in your lineup. So let's start with Dean Huijsen. He comes with the build-up playstyle and the visionary pass skill, and if I told you that I expected that for him, I'd be lying. Visionary pass normally boosts the receiver's first-time touches, first-time shots, and ball trapping, and while that's a great skill, it honestly doesn't fit Huijsen's profile at all. A defender like him would have been far more dangerous with long-reach tackle, and if Konami added that, this card would have been cracked. Instead, his passing stats are pretty mid. An 80 on low pass and 75 on lofted pass, which is disappointing for someone carrying visionary pass. He's also a bit slow, and the meta still heavily favors defenders who have pace. Otherwise, you're going to struggle against the ridiculous strikers out there. But once you look past the speed and the disappointing passing ratings, every other part of this card is absolutely bloody. His defensive stats are all above 90. Defensive engagement, defensive awareness, tackling, aggression. Everything is high and clean for a free card. He's also above 6 feet tall, and his leg and arm coverage is massive, which automatically makes him a defensive presence in your backline. That's why I said earlier that if Konami gave him the long-reach tackle skill, he would have been one of the most overpowered free defenders we've ever seen. Still, if you're missing a build-up center back in your squad, this is genuinely the best free card you'll get in a long time. Moving on to Kevin De Bruyne, the moment I saw his stats, I was genuinely impressed. He comes with phenomenal pass, which is expected, but you know what would have made this card even crazier if they gave him both phenomenal pass and visionary pass. But I feel like that would have been asking too much from Konami, so it is what it is. I added a passing booster craft, and all his stats jumped beautifully, especially the ones that matter. He's a creative playmaker, and his ball control, dribbling, tight possession, low pass, lofted pass, curl, and kicking power are all above 90, which is ridiculous for a free card. His form is unwavering too, which means he'll always be active in matches and you don't have to worry about him dropping out. He's also a good free kick taker, although he specializes more in short-range free kicks rather than long ones. Now, if you want to use this card at its maximum potential, the secret is simple. Do not give him any individual instructions. Just slot him into your midfield and let him operate freely. He will create goals out of nothing. Personally, I'm going for him. I know I already have a lot of midfielders with better stats, but Kevin De Bruyne is a Manchester City legend, and this card is definitely bringing back memories. I want him in my squad just for the nostalgia alone. Finally, we have Marcus Rashford. He comes as a prolific winger, and honestly, I feel like the stats didn't do him enough justice. His free kick taking is very good, and his pace and speed are both beautiful. Exactly what you expect from Rashford. The issue for me is his curl and finishing. They're both on the low side, which reduces his finesse shot threat. At least Konami gave him the acceleration burst skill to help his explosiveness, but still, I expected a little more. For me personally, this card feels more like something you collect, rather than something you rely on every match. The other 2 cards just give you more consistency and impact. But one thing about Rashford is that gameplay can surprise you. His animations might make him perform way better than his stats suggest, but we won't really know until 2026 officially begins. At the end of the day, pick someone you will actually play with. Accept your pay to win, then do whatever you want and pick whoever you want. But for regular players, pick the one that fills a real gap in your squad. Anyway, that's it for today's breakdown. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.